Hello and welcome to our LaoisToday Christmas interview series. Throughout Christmas we are interviewing different personalities from around Laois, and I'm delighted to be joined by three of the Wexford Youths ladies winners today. So the Wexford Youths ladies have won the treble this year, not only winning the FA Cup, they also won the Shield and the League. So I'm delighted to be joined by Greg Cullens, Kylie Murphy, Keith Gray from Portlaoise and Orla Casey from Abbeyleix. So Kylie, I suppose I'll start with yourself, first being captain. How did it feel winning the treble this year?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's not many teams get to go out and win a treble. To win one trophy in the National League is just, it's fierce. Like, so to go and do a treble is just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And how about yourself, Keith?
For me personally, it was my first year in with the youths, like, so it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. When I came in to start, couldn't imagine winning the treble, like, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. They're a fantastic bunch, so.
Yeah, and Orla, you're so young, like, she's only 18, so she is, and after winning the treble, representing Ireland under 19, has it all sunk in yet, or are you just?
Oh, like, it's unbelievable, especially, I do, like, love being around the girls down in Wexford, mostly because, like, especially this year, getting into the Aviva was special, because I couldn't play, me and Kylie couldn't play the first year I was there, because I was too young, so it was really special.
Yeah, another remarkable achievement for Orla, she actually played with a fractured bone in her foot, which they knew about, but she decided to play on anyways against Piedmont, and you won against Piedmont as well. Yeah. And not to only mention the treble, they also played in the Champions League, and you're playing against some of the top teams in Europe there, Dutch champions, Ajax. How did that feel going up to North?
Oh, it's a different world altogether going into the Champions League. Like, the level is just, it's phenomenal, isn't it? It's
fantastic, yeah.
It's so professional. Do you know, you're talking about Ajax there, they would have been the top seeds in it. Their women's side have a budget of 5 million a year.
And how would your budget
about
be?
€5. Yeah. We have to fundraise everything.
Yeah, they're professional. Really.
They're fully professional. Yeah. All of their players are fully professional. You know, it's their job, so to speak. So to get a chance to play against them, and I think that we made it to half time 0-0. It actually felt like a win.
And went 1-up then.
And then we went 1-up a few minutes after the halfway. Amazing. It was fantastic. It was a feeling to score a goal against a team like that. It's just wow, like, you know. But the whole experience was fantastic, wasn't it?
Their calibre of players, like, I actually went down for a coffee that morning, and they're doing a spinning session in the gym before the game, like, so. So you can just imagine. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And the Champions League is run a little bit differently than, say, the male Champions League. So it was up in the north, and it was run over a few days.
It's like a group phase, you know. So you have the 4 teams travel to one country and the host nation, so to speak, and you just play each other in the week. You play your 3 games within a week, like, so. It's hard enough that the level is so much higher, but you have so little time to recover as well.
Yeah, what would the recovery time be like for that?
So we played on
I think we got 2 days.
We went up on the Monday. We played the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, was it?
Something like that. Yeah,
I think we got 2 days.
Yeah, it was 2 days and one game was one, was it, or something?
Yeah, so it's very quick.
Very quick.
And we're training as well. Like, we have to get back out training, and then the next day
you just loosen
to
up.
prepare for the next game. Your body, so it is.
And hoping that no one picks up an injury along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're putting your body through an awful lot in that week, you know.
And I suppose at the start of this year, did you have any goals set out, or did Tom have any goals set out for yourselves during the year? Was it?
I'd say we went out to win everything, to be honest. Like, you know, we don't go into it just going for one cup. Like, we want everything at the end of the day. And we did come out with 3 of them this year, so obviously we achieved a lot, like.
Yeah. And Kylie, I suppose, speak about yourself. Obviously, you know, you've done a few interviews about your injury, you know, the slip disc. Did you ever see the day that you would get the treble, or what kept you motivated, I suppose, during those maybe
like,
it's
the girls, like, you know, it has to be them hands down. It's just that feeling you get going down training, and even the trips up and down in the car, and they're a phenomenal group of girls. Like, I genuinely cannot speak more highly of them. And they make you want to get better and get back on a pitch, and you want to be around them, because it's so much better, and you've shite going on at home and you've this, that and the other, but they make you better.
Yeah. And how long were you out on the sidelines for?
I was out for just probably a little over a year.
Yeah. So, like, what was sticking through your head when you were there?
Do you know what? Back at the time, there was a superb management team in there, John Flood and Lizzie Kent, and they kept me so well intact, as in regards they brought me in as part of the management team, and there wasn't, even though I was injured, I never missed a session. The only actual couple of sessions that I missed was the 2 weeks after I had my operation, because obviously I wasn't able to move too well.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, they just kept me so in touch with everything, so they were phenomenal, and they brought me a long way through it as well.
Aye. And Keith, you were saying it's your first year in there, obviously doing quite well as a goalkeeper. What's the were you shocked at the professional standard, I suppose, there?
Yeah, like, I came, as you know, from GA background, and you know, the level of professionalism with the GA football is good, it's very good. But with Laois you can only bring in a certain level because of different aspects, different amenities, like, you know. But with Wexford then, it was a complete step up. Like, you know, we're on site, we have food after training, we have physio, there's a doctor there. And for me, in particular, there's a goalkeeping coach. So that was, and he's there like the full time. Every session we have, Scott is there. So that is a big major aspect for us. Like, you know, it's fantastic. Especially the training we get is absolutely immense. And the girls just want to work. Their level of work rate is fantastic. You know, you want to win, and you drive each other on as you go along. Like, so it's absolutely amazing up there. So yeah.
And I suppose we're winding back a few years. How did you all get into soccer? Because we have a few soccer players in Laois now, but it wouldn't have been a major sport maybe 20, 30 years ago. So how did you come on, or was there anyone who influenced you in the county?
Do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
For me personally, I started playing football and soccer when I was 9 or 10 with Port Laois AFC, and Mary Christie was the manager there at the time. So that's how I came into it. But then I stepped away and came back. Then I concentrated on football and came back this year when Tom asked me to come in. So so that was fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I probably started in primary school really, where I got playing with the boys, like probably brought me on as a soccer player, and then I joined Doro Lions, and then I went down to Kilkenny. Barry O'Neill would be a popular figure among us all, like he helped me a lot. Can't thank him enough for my development as a player, and then I joined Wexford, so the best thing I ever done. So
very good.
Yeah, I would have started with St Pat's Boys in Grey Cullen, and then, you know yourself, back then you only could go a certain age, so up to about under 13s, and I played a little bit then after that with Braun United actually, for a little bit, and they folded. But I kind of gave up everything, came away from sport completely for a couple of years. I just kind of had enough of it, and it was actually, as Orla speaks, Barry O'Neill, it was actually, he brought my name to the table when Wexford was going to be entered into the National League. And that was, I was out, I hadn't played anything for a good few years, and John Flood called saying that Barry had given him my name. And it went from there. Then I went down for a trial, and
brilliant.
Loved it.
One of the first years that Wexford was set up, really.
It was their first year, yeah.
Yeah, so you've been there from the start. And what? And what did Barry say, or how did he bring you back on?
I don't actually know the conversation between John and Barry. I presume he just said, blah, blah, Kylie's, you know, she can play a bit of soccer, she's from Graig, whatever, give her a shout. The conversation with John Flood went on for about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Really? Yeah.
The very first time I spoke to him on the phone, so I definitely was going down for the trial anyway. But he signed me there and then, and you know, I was happy. I had got an awful turn off all sport in general for a couple of years. I just it was probably just a little bit too much when I was younger. You're playing all types of sports, soccer, football, volleyball, club and school, and it was a lot, county as well, and it just got too much, you know. But that day that I went down for the trial in Wexford, Jesus, there must have been about 60 or 70 girls there, but I knew then, like, it was, the love was back, like I was loving it.
Brilliant. And I suppose, what have been your favourite moments so far in your soccer career? Orla, obviously you're still a baby, but we'll start with you first.
Well, I've had loads really. I'd say when I first joined Wexford, I couldn't believe how professional it was, like, and the girls especially, like, I loved going training, and then obviously, like, getting to play for my country, like, was a big, like, achievement for me, and that was probably one of my special moments. But I'd say Champions League and playing in the Aviva, like, stepping out on that pitch, it was unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe it, like, it was so good. So
definitely for me would be the treble this year. Like, you know, the Aviva is fantastic as well, but the Champions League, walking out onto the field against Ajax was just, the emotion, you couldn't write it. Like, it was fantastic. And as well, playing for my country as well, I suppose, underage as well. was a great experience as well, and playing with Portlaoise, all your friends and whatever.
Exactly. And Kylie?
For me, I think it's hard to kind of put a stamp on what has been the highlight, because we've obviously been so fortunate to lift so many trophies. We've just been extremely lucky to do so. But again, like, how do you differ from walking out in the Aviva to lifting the trophy in the Aviva? Twice we've done that. To Champions League, it's all phenomenal. Like, you know, and to do it with that group of girls is just amazing.
Yeah, so you're obviously quite a tight-knit bunch anyway.
Yeah. Very much so, we're very, very close.
Yeah, and I suppose there's been a good bit of talk about promotion in women's sport, you know, the 2020 summit. How do you rate promotion of the Continental Cup towards maybe male or even GA? Is there still a long way to go, would you figure?
Yeah, I would think there is still a long way to go, to be honest. Like, we played the final there only a couple of weeks ago, and there was a conversation afterwards as to move it out of Aviva, like, which was pretty of the panel speaking afterwards to maybe have it moved out because the crowd is so small, when indeed there was actually 3,000 more there than there was the year before. So that's pretty. I think personally that's pretty tough to take.
It's a bit disheartening as well, because we look so forward to playing in the Aviva.
We don't we actually don't even call it the FAI Cup final as a team. We all call it the Aviva.
Do you know? Really, So it's the highlight. It's your Crow Park, like.
It's a national stadium, like. Do you know, it's where you want to be, like. So I think personally to move it out, that would be an utter disgrace.
Was it what board was it suggesting that? To move it out of the Aviva?
It was just the panel. I don't know who's speaking, the RT panel.
Oh, right, okay, so
I think they've obviously thought about it, I'd say.
They've maybe spoke about how little the crowd is, you know.
Oh, well, you can't let people with pens and paper.
No, look, hopefully we'll be hoping that the big lads don't decide to do so, because it's massive for us, it's massive for anyone, do you know.
But you'd be taking a step back more than anything.
Yeah, and you're trying to up the coverage.
But in terms of continental, like, I think they've been phenomenal for the league. Like, the
this
boys are
year,
really.
I feel like they've really pushed on with social media even as well. Like, interviews with players and stuff has really came on this year. So. And
they're there. The top guys at Continental, they're there. Like, you can see them at the matches and stuff like that. So that's really good to see. But again, like, it's getting better, but it has a whole hell of a long way to go.
I mean, after a final, you wouldn't hear anyone say, "No, we should move out Crow Park now." You know, it's not getting. But no, it's brilliant what you've done so far, and I'd say you're inspirations to every young girl and boy growing up in Laois that, like, you can do it. You can be semi-professional. You're playing at a professional level, basically, just without the pay package. So we'll get on to that one next time. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much, and thanks to all the girls for coming in today, taking time out of their busy schedule, and thanks to you, the viewers on site, on Facebook and on YouTube, for listening in to our Christmas videos. Thank you very much.